Du har kuttet feil fot, jenta mi. Prinsen har venstre sko.
Inspired by the original Cinderella, Emily Blichfeld, the ugly stepsister, centers on Elvira, one of the stepsisters, on her desperate attempts to compete with the beautiful Cinderella. Through extreme methods like plastic surgery to swallowing a live tapeworm to lose weight, the film becomes a dark reflection of a society that pressures women to fit in, even at the cost of self-destruction. This message is prominently expressed in the royal ball scene, where sound, camera movement, editing, and mise-en-scène work together to depict the chaos Elvira is thrown into after a stranger with a veil arrived and stole the prince's attention. To secure Elvira's marriage into wealth, the mothers insist on her dancing with various noblemen. Then the use of a J-cut, where the audio comes before the visual, creates a sense of urgency as we are rushing into the next dance. From now on, the scenes mostly use non-diegetic sound, which is iconic in The Heart of the Mountain King by Edvard Grieg. This is a popular music piece to create a dramatic and suspenseful atmosphere. Additionally, Elvira's stomach growl can be heard, a disturbing diegetic sound that reminds us of the tapeworm tormenting her physically. Besides chaotic camera movements, including whip pans alternating rapidly from right to left and left to right, fast cuts and zero cuts, heighten the atmosphere tensions and urgency. Through the use of extras striking the character, it evokes a feeling of madness and dizziness in Elvira. At the same time, the use of medium shot and edited zoom-ins construct a sense of suffocation, intensifying her suffering. But what is she suffering for? This scene effectively conveys the pressures to conform to beauty ideals. Overall, the scene centers on Elvira dance with multiple shots between objective and subjective points of view. Through Elvira's eyes, first we saw her mother with many men, then a jump cut to a closer shot of her mother laughing carelessly with them. A whip pan then shift the focus to the tailor man with a lustful gaze, embodying both the objectifications of women and the depth Elvira's family owed in the pursuit of making her prettier.
Du aner ikke hva dette her har kostet.
Following that are the surreal image of worms on the tea break table, a woman's mouth, body, and even on the food a woman is eating. This is not just hallucinations made up by Elvira's suffering from the tapeworm in her belly. The tapeworms, further than that, represents beauty standards for women, particularly the pressures to maintain a perfect body. Elvira's obsession is not just with a parasite inside her, but with the exhausting chase of an idealized female's image. As a quick glance, it may seem like an addition to the film's horror aesthetic. However, these shots are rich in implying the image of a young girl trapped in the overwhelming whirlwind of the societal beauty standards. The use of chaotic camera movements, rapid editing, and a dramatic score effectively illustrated the mental chaos of Elvira. When the dance came to an end, the music cut off abruptly in the moment Elvira and the stranger's eyes met. The identity of the stranger is revealed through an upside-down shot, followed by a lens zoom-in, which are both unnatural to human eyes, therefore evoking a strong sense of discomfort and unease. Realizing Cinderella is the stranger who stole the prince, Elvira's internal conflict is portrayed through the vertical effect, ultimately contributing to her extreme act of cutting off her toes in the final sequence. The act shot tracking Elvira, intercut with objective and subjective shots, captures the dizziness and the symbolic elements surrounding her. Together, the mise-en-scène effectively represents a kingdom judged by toxic beauty standards. By the end, neither Elvira, the stepsister, nor Cinderella is the villain. They were both victims of a patriarchal system. What is truly awful in the film doesn't stem from blood or body horror, but from the lecherous stares of men. The mother turns away, and the society narrows scope on how women should look.
Skulle gärna smaka på hennes ostron.